Howdy, hi. It is Dear Job Sports MLB Rundown, picks and predictions for Friday, June 27th, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, we had to recap the previous day's results. Pretty good day. On the day, we go 5-3, bring our season record to 304 and 317. I'm going to recap these games real quick, then we'll get on to the 4 games we got for tomorrow. Game number 1, even though it did not finish as game number 1, as it had a large rain delay, we had the over, 8.5 runs in the Seattle Mariners and the Minnesota Twins. Final score, Twins 10, Seattle 1. Basically, all of the Twins' runs came in one inning. They came in the bottom of the 6th, where they plated 8. With Brooks Lee with a solo shot, Byron Buxton with a double, Trevor Larnach reaches on an error, Willie Castro double, Carlos Correa single, and then Matt Wallner 2-run bomb. But the only run that the Mariners got was a Miles Mastrobuoni single scoring Dominic Canzone. And that was it. So the over hits. Then we had the Rays minus 125 on the money line against the Royals. The Royals get swept at home. They move to 5 games under 500. They don't score a single run. Tampa Bay 4, Kansas City nothing. Shane Baz goes 8 innings, only 3 hits given up, 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. Michael Lorenzen did not do good. 5 2/3, 8 hits, 4 earned, 4 strikeouts, no walks. This Royals team is disgusting at baseball. They suck. The only dude they have on the team is Bobby Witt, and his batting average is actually down to 282. He's about to dip into the 270s. That is not good. The only guy hitting over 300, Michael Garcia, who's hitting 310. But he does not hit for power with 8 dingers on the year. Good luck, Kansas City. Next game, we had 2 bets win in one game with the Marlins, plus 145 on the money line. That is a juicy little spike. In the over, 7.5 runs. Marlins win this game 12-5. They were up 5-0. Then the Giants come all the way back, tie it 5-5. Then the next inning, the Marlins jump on them, take the lead back 8-5. Then they put up 4 more runs in the top of the 8th. 12 runs on 11 hits. Meanwhile, the Giants actually out-hit the Marlins, 12 hits, but they only score 5 runs. Shout out to the Marlins. San Francisco really hasn't been that good since they got Devers. They lose the series to the Guardians. I think they did win the series against Boston, but then they lose this game. No, they get swept. They got swept by the Marlins. How the fuck do you get swept by the Marlins? They're awful. We then have the Mets minus 110. They win a really boring game of baseball. 4-0 against the Braves. That's about it. Thank you, Mets. Our losers, the Mariners, they sucked. I thought we had turned a leaf. I thought they were going to be good. They only scored 1 run. However, I am slightly appreciative that they did hit the over at least, giving up 8 runs in 1 inning. So thank you to the relief pitcher that got shelled. We had the over 8.5 in the Royals game. I don't know why I kept on taking the over in this series. It went under every single game and it wasn't even close. It was 5-1, 3-0, 4-0. And then I just kept on taking the goddamn over. That was dumb. Then at the over, 8.5 runs in the Braves and the Mets game. I thought the Braves would be able to score, but they did not. Who was the starting pitcher? Wasn't it Griffin Canning? Yeah, he only went 2 2/3 innings. He then left with an ankle injury, and they still couldn't score off of the Mets bullpen. So, thank you for nothing, Atlanta. All right, that's the recap. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, game 1, we got Tampa Bay and Baltimore. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We took Tampa Bay every single game at Kansas City. They won. I think they were basically between this minus 110 to minus 130 number for their entire series, and it looks like we might be getting that again. They're 46-35 on the year, 7-3 in their last 10, won 3 games in a row. Ryan Pepiot on the mound, 5-6 with a 3.04 ERA. Should probably have a positive record with a 3.0 ERA, but I digress. Going against Tomoyuki Sagano, 5-4 with a 3.55 ERA. Baltimore, 12 games under 500. They have lost Adley Rutschman for the foreseeable future with an injury. This team is bad. They are 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost 2 in a row. 4 games under 500 at home this season. They get destroyed in every single stat you could think of. Tampa Bay, 4th in batting average at 256. Baltimore, 23rd in batting average at 235. They don't hit for power. They don't steal bases. Tampa Bay, the most aggressive team on the base pass, 104 stolen bases. Baltimore has 55 total stolen bases. That is fucked up. Give me Tampa Bay laying a short number. I don't know why Vegas keeps on disrespecting the Rays. The Rays are 11 games over 500. When are they going to start putting some spec on their name? Next game. This is the one I'm most excited for. It has been a while since I have bet the Guardians. They went on a losing streak, and I stopped betting them because I was like, well, I'm just going to lose money and be sad if I continue to do this. So I will keep my money and just be sad. But I have a rule. If the Guardians are at home and they are plus money, I'm taking them. So give me the Guardians plus 110. Cardinals, 44-38 on the year. Sonny Gray on the mound, 7-2 with a 3.72 ERA. Going up against Luis Ortiz, 4-8 with a 4.3 ERA. All right, the main thing you need to know here, Sonny Gray, very good pitching at home, very bad pitching on the road. And it's kind of the same thing with this entire Cardinal team. They're great at home, they're bad once they hit the road. Sonny Gray, his most recent home starts, he's given up 1 run, 0 runs. His most recent road starts, he's given up 6 runs to Milwaukee in 4 innings. He did play at Texas, where he went 7 innings, giving up 0 runs. But that's the Rangers, so we're going to toss that the fuck out. And then he gave up 7 runs in 3 innings at Philadelphia. They really only pitched this dude at home. Out of his last 11 starts, only 3 of them have been on the road. They know what's going to happen when Sonny hits the road. He's going to get shelled. Luis Ortiz, do not let the 4-8 record fool you. This dude has been dealing recently. His last start, he went 6 innings at Atlanta, 2 hits, 0 earned. He got torched by Seattle, but we're going to throw that one out because he was on the road. Cincinnati, he only gave up 4. New York, true road spot at the Yankees, gave up 0. He gave up 1 against the Angels, 3 against Detroit, 2 against Cincy, 1 against Philly. This dude answers the call when good competition comes in. Cardinals, they're okay. Luis Ortiz been pitching good. He'll give you decent length. He's good to go 5 or 6 innings. And the Indians have a really good bullpen. So I will take my Guardians at home, catching a plus number. Also give me the under 8.5 runs. Next game we're looking at, it is the Padres and the Reds. I'm going to take the home puppy plus 120, Reds on the money line. Give me the over as well, 8.5 runs. Padres 44-36. They got Dylan Cease on the mound. 3-6 record, 4.43 ERA. Going up against Nick Martinez, 4-8 with a 4.40 ERA. Neither of these pitchers are really something to write home about. Dylan Cease, he's inconsistent. His most recent start was versus Kansas City, 6 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned. Not sure how much to read into that, just because Kansas City is dog shit. Previous start before that, gave up 6 runs, 5 innings pitched to the Dodgers. But then 5 days before that, he pitched against the same Dodgers team, went 7 innings, gave up 3 hits and 0 earned. He gave up 3 to Pittsburgh, 3 to Atlanta, 3 to San Fran, 3 to Toronto. He's good for 3 to 4 runs given up. And the Reds are really good at home this year. They have Nick Martinez on the mound. Not ideal. I don't really love backing Nick Martinez ever. But he's off of some decent starts. Granted, he only went 1 and 2 innings. So inconsistent in terms of how much length he's going to give you. They would seem to have turned him into a starter that's not going to actually go deep. We'll see what happens. I like the Reds. I don't like the Padres. Give me the Reds at home. They're good. Final game. I am fully back on fuck the Mariners. Give me the Rangers, minus 110. Give me the under, 7.5. You could have had anybody on the mound for the Rangers, but the fact that I can back Nathan Eovaldi, 4-3, 1.56 ERA, sounds fantastic to me. Logan Gilbert on the bump for the Mariners, 2-2 with a 3.12 ERA. Now, we backed the Mariners in their first 2 games at the Twins. They won 11-2 and then 6-5. I stayed off of them the third game of that series where they lost 2-0. And then they hopped back on, and I said, all right, they're going to win this series. And then they lost 10-1. So in their previous 2 games, that's 18 innings of baseball, they have scored a singular run, and they're in a travel spot where they have to go from Minnesota. That is also from Minnesota after a 3.5-hour delay. So they're getting late, or they're getting into Texas late, and they got to fly to Texas. This is a horrible travel spot. Meanwhile, the Rangers, they're off of a day off. They have Nathan Eovaldi on the mound, who has a 1.56 ERA, and they haven't been looking horrible recently. 5-5 in their last 10. They've won their last 2 games in a row. They're coming off directly 7-0 win against Baltimore. Like I said, they have a day of rest before this. They traveled back. They got to take the day off. And now you get a game against the Mariners team who's traveling and has scored 1 run in their last 18 innings. Give me the Rangers, -110. Give me the under, 7.5 runs. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.